Oftentimes in my classroom, and perhaps in yours, you will have partners working on code together, and you'll need to have those partners share the code with each other. And so in this short video, I want to show you how to easily have two partners each get a copy of the same piece of code. And there are two ways to do this. There's sort of the easier way and the harder way, although I think that the harder way has some benefits as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you the easier way. On the screen here, you'll see two instances of Scratch. One from probably the partner who's been, whose account we're creating some code in. So on the left, we've got some code that partner one worked on in their account, and partner one wants to share this code with partner two so that partner two can work on it, can add it, can just have it in their own library of stuff. And the easiest way actually to do this then is to have partner one, first of all, both partners are logged in right now. So here's you and I Scratch on the left side and a different partner logged in on the right side. And so partner one is going to take this completed code that they want to share with partner two, and they're just going to come up here to the top, and they're going to click on the share button. And you get a little configuration panel that asks you to put any special instructions and put any notes and credits in. And actually what you're doing when you click share is making this particular program visible to any member of Scratch who knows the URL for it. And so there's a little bit of privacy going on here, because unless you're sharing that URL with people, other people aren't going to be able to find it normally. So what I'm going to do is just click share and say, yep, it's all good. Project is now shared. And then I'm going to look at this URL right here at the top, right, which is scratch.mit.edu projects, and then this specific project number. So it'll always start with this, and every project gets a unique identifying project number. And so if partner one shares this URL with partner two only needs to come in and type that into their computer, right? So the exact same thing, scratch.mit.edu with that code number. And when this person enters it, takes a second, but now they load the Scratch preview page with any instructions or notes that this person wrote. This person didn't write any notes, but let me just add an instruction here just so you see it. Press the green flag to see the baseball roll across the screen. And if I sort of share that, save that, and now if I refresh this page over here, it comes up with those instructions that this person left. And again, this is more than just sharing between two people. You're sharing with the world at this point. But this is a great way to share stuff in Scratch. You'll actually do this when you're done with your programming assignment and you're submitting it for peer review, right? So now we've got this in here, and all this person needs to do, all partner two needs to do, is to click this remix button. And what remix will do is open that program now in their account. And so partner two now has their own copy of this. And partner two could change this, for example, from 20 to 40, and instead of turning 25 degrees, turn 40 degrees maybe. And I'm doing this for a reason. I want you to see that none of that actually affects partner one's original code. Partner one has their original copy, and what partner two did was make a complete and utterly new copy, but now in their account. And so this is the easiest way to share things. There is a second way to share code between two or more people, and it's a little bit more complicated, but it actually has the advantage of being more permanent. Notice that this only works, or this works by relying on everything with Scratch working. And the idea is, suppose I want to make sure that I have a copy of this, and if Scratch were to ever disappear or to go down, that I could have a copy of it. That's kind of a stretch, but suppose you want to do that. Well, what partner one can do is to go to File and do Save to Your Computer. And what this does is actually creates a file with an extension SB3. I'm not sure what Scratch binary file maybe, third edition of Scratch, right? So you might encounter some SB2 files kicking around if you were to look on the internet much. But SB3 means this is a version for Scratch 3.0. And you can actually save this right out on your desktop, or if you're trying to trade this between two people, you might save it to a flash drive. And so I can save that, and it went down to my desktop here, right? It's saved out. And so now partner 2, suppose I had saved that to a flash drive, partner 2 could take the flash drive, put it in their computer, and what partner 2 could do is come in and say file load from your computer. And when I go out here to my desktop, here's this animation, part 3, SB3, and it says, hey, do you really want to replace the current contents of your project? You have to be a little bit careful with the load. If you are in some other program and you load a program, it's going to wipe it out. So in fact, I almost always, before I import a new project from a file, I make sure that I'm starting with a blank file, a blank screen, and then I load from my computer. I say load animation. Do I want to replace the contents? Sure, there's nothing here. Okay, and now I've got this original file. And again, the slight advantage of this one, even though it's a little more complicated with saving and loading and flash drives and things like that, is it's a way for you to collect code without publicly sharing it if for some reason you are afraid of publicly sharing things. But there you go. There's the 2 ways to share files between 2 individuals.